So I grew up very typically, white male in the suburbs, had the usual influences. As I mentioned, my father was a doctor. His friends were lawyers in real estate, and I just didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't like medicine. I sort of didn't really have a particular affinity to the sciences. And I thought, when I was an undergraduate at Brigham Young, I thought, well, lawyer, that sounds good. I mean, I can stay in school. It's very intellectual. That'd be a great thing to do. So I got a legal internship after my junior year undergraduate, and I had the luck, the good fortune, one of my parents' good friends were the O'Connors that lived down the street, and Sandra O'Connor became the Supreme Court Justice when I was a kid, and so I had this good connection in Washington, and she helped me get an internship, and she set me up with lots of people in the law, so people in corporate law, people in litigation, people that were prosecutors, and I had all these informational interviews. And I would recommend, sort of point one of tonight is, do as much informational interviewing as you can. The more you can talk to people about what they like, what they don't like about their jobs, you will save yourself lots of pain. And I was luckily able to save myself from those informational interviews a lot of pain because I wouldn't have been a very effective attorney. It turns out that every single attorney I spoke with, I came away with the impression after I had lunch or coffee or whatever we did of, wow, he or she doesn't really like their job. And so I met with Justice O'Connor at the end of the summer, and I said, oh, thank you so much for the internship. Thank you for setting me up with all these informational interviews. It was really interesting, but people didn't seem to like their job that much, so I'm not going to become a lawyer, but I definitely want to go to law school because I think it's a good general education independent of what I want to be later. So will you please write me a letter of recommendation? I want to go to Yale Law School. I think that'll be a great place for me. And she gave me advice, which I've never forgotten. I've passed on to others, which is law school is a very specific education targeted at the law and not very generalizably applicable, particularly if you want to do business. And I asked a couple people if they felt the same way. People said, yeah, law school, it's really about becoming a lawyer, in fact. And that was surprising to me. And I decided not to go to law school after that.